Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and Happy New Year. I'm Jeannie and I don't use gel polish often, but these pudding gels are my newest obsession. So I'm going to show you how I use them in today's video. So I've got some new colors from West Coast Dips that I picked up. And of course I had to do some purples, and look at how pretty these colors are. They don't have names to them, they just have numbers, so I'll leave them down below in the description in case you want to pick any of them up, because to be honest, I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. And as always, you can use my ambassador code Jeannie10 to save 10% off your orders. In order to apply the pudding gels, you will need a gel brush. So I've got this dual-ended from West Coast Dips. One end is a liner brush and the other end is the rounded gel brush. And I believe this came in the December mystery box, if I'm not mistaken. You'll also need a gel base and a gel top coat. So I've got their Hema-free versions right here. So I couldn't decide whether I wanted glossy or matte top coat. So I'll decide after I finish my colors on what I want to do, because sometimes I feel like matte, sometimes I feel like glossy. So I've got both of these here as an option depending on how I'm feeling at the end of the mani. Before you start any gel polish color, whether it's regular gel polish or pudding gels, you always want to make sure that you start with a layer of gel base first on all your nails. So not only will the gel base help the polish colors adhere to your nails, it also ensures that your gel polish applies smoothly and evenly. So make sure you're not skipping this step. I do have peel base underneath, but I'm still starting with that gel base. I'm using the Hema-free versions of the gel base and gel top coat, and that's indicated by the clear lid on the cap of the bottles. And while I don't have a gel allergy, I just like to use the Hema-free version just to be extra safe, because I don't feel like I need the extra chemicals, because the gels are really fabulous regardless of whether or not they have Hema. But I will say it's not only Hema that causes a gel allergy. So it could be other chemicals in there that may cause an allergic reaction. So you may or may not have a reaction to the Hema-free version as well. So just make sure you're keeping that in mind if you're struggling with a gel polish allergy. And then if you do get any gel on your skin, just make sure you're cleaning that up really well before you cure it, because that will cause an allergy of having overexposure to gel on your skin. I went ahead and gave my 4 fingers a full cure in my lamp for 30 seconds, and I'm going to go ahead and do my thumb separately. So now that my 4 fingers are cured, I'm going to work on my thumb, and I like to do my thumb separately because if I do all 5 fingers at one time, if I put my hand flat in the lamp, my thumb is going to be laying to the side, and that would run the risk of the gel running onto my sidewall. So I always like to do my thumb separately, and that way I can put my thumb into the lamp straight, and that way the gels won't run on me. So now for the fun part of getting into the pudding gels, and I'm going to start with this beautiful gray color. Whenever I do a pudding gel mani, I like to start by priming my gel brush with a little bit of gel base. So I'm going to apply a little bit of gel base onto my palette up there, and then I will run my brush through it just to prime it, but I don't want too much, so make sure that you're removing any of that excess gel. You just want it a little bit on there. And then once you've got your brush primed, you can dip your brush into the pudding gel and pick a little bit up. So you can see just how thick it is. When I think of pudding gels, and I don't know if they still do this, but I think of Dairy Queen blizzards. So do you know how they used to, or they still do, I'm not really sure, but they used to have a guarantee that if they flipped your blizzard upside down and it spilled, you would get your money back because it was supposed to be so thick that it wouldn't spill or run. That's what I think of when I think of pudding gel. And these really do have a thick pudding-like consistency, which is why they're called pudding gels. So you want to make sure that when you're applying your pudding gels, it's a thin, even layer. You don't want to glob it on. You don't want your layers too thick, or else they may not cure properly. So just make sure you're smoothing it out and you're brushing it on. And these actually apply pretty smoothly. They apply really easily. And then if you do have any difficulties, you can always prime your gel brush a little bit more and a little bit more of the gel base. But I didn't really have to for this. So this is my first layer. I will go in with the second layer, but it's still pretty even. So I'm going to go ahead and cure that for a full 60 seconds. I'm being lazy and only using one gel brush for this entire mani, so that's why I'm doing one color at a time, because I don't want to do one layer of a color, clean off the brush, do another color, and so on and so forth. So I'm just gonna do one color at a time, which is why I'm fully curing in between the layers. If I were using multiple brushes, I would just do my first layer of the color, flash cure. Actually, I don't even have to flash cure because these gels are thick enough to where they won't run. I could just go in with all my other colors and then I'll cure at the same time. But since I'm doing one color at a time, I want to make sure I'm fully curing in between my layers. So if you're curious why use pudding gels or what are the advantages to pudding gels, I'd say they're really great for beginners. And the biggest advantage of the pudding gels is that they are so thick that they will not run on you. So if you have issues with regular gel polish, if you have issues with it running into your sidewalls or your cuticles, pudding gels will not do that. They will stay put wherever you place it because they are so thick. So that makes it super easy for application. So if you're a beginner, you don't really have to worry about that. You can take your time and your pudding gels are going to stay put, which I think is really great. To clean out my gel brush in between my colors, I like to run it through either gel base or gel top coat and then wipe it on a paper towel just until all the color is cleared from my brush. You can use alcohol or acetone technically, but I don't recommend it because those will dry out your bristles eventually and it could cause your bristles to start splitting to where you can't get an even application. Whereas if you use gel base or gel top coat, it will keep your bristles a little moistened and so that will cause them to not split. So even when I'm done completely, I will run it through a little bit of gel top coat and just wipe off the excess and then store it that way. And that way you will keep your brushes in good condition. And I forgot to show the numbers. So the gray that I used is 048 and this purple that I'm going to use next is 082. And look at how pretty this purple is. And it actually kind of matches my nail mat, which is kind of fun. So I'll walk you through my process for this next color as well, just to make sure you get the whole process of what I'm doing with these pudding gels. So I am picking up just a little bit of that pudding gel on my gel brush. You don't want too much because you don't want too thick of a layer because you want it to be able to cure properly. But once I've got that little bit of pudding gel on my brush, I'm going to start around the middle of my nail and work my way down to my free edge, and then I will work my way up to my cuticle area. And I want to make sure I'm getting a thin, even layer on my entire nail, still avoiding skin. If I do hit my skin, I want to make sure I'm cleaning that up before I give it a cure. All the pudding gels from West Coast Dips are Hema free, but like I stated earlier, not all gel allergies are caused by Hema, so you want to make sure that you're cleaning up any gel from your skin before you cure it because you don't want to cause a gel allergy because there are a lot of really great gel products out there and I'd be really sad if I couldn't use them anymore. So I'm just kind of going over things evenly, making sure everything's smooth and even. And I will be doing my thumb as well in this color. So I'm not going to cure my pinky. I'm going to cure my pinky and thumb together because these polishes are so thick. They will not run on me. So you saw with my gel base, and I'll do it with the gel top coat as well, where I like to do my thumb separately from all my other fingers. I feel comfortable enough with this pudding gel that it's not going to run even if my thumb is sideways in the lamp. So I'm going to go ahead and cure my pinky and thumb together once I'm done with both of those first layers. Do you see how quick and easy the application is? Pudding gels are seriously a game changer, and I wish all the companies would come out with pudding gels because I don't want to use anything else because I love them so much. So now I'm going to move on to the darker purple color. So this is 084, and I'm going to apply that to my middle finger. But I've already walked you through my process, so I want to hear about your New Year's Eve. How was your New Year's Eve? Did you stay in? Did you go out and celebrate? Did you even stay up till midnight? So for me, we were actually traveling to visit family, so we actually came home on New Year's Eve kind of later in the afternoon. So we were exhausted after 2 days of just traveling around and back and forth. But I was determined to stay up. Definitely didn't go out though because it's just too peoply out there and I just rather stay in the comfort of my own home. So, we watched some TV. We watched, I don't know, is it New Year's Rockin' Eve? Is that what it's called with Ryan Seacrest? So we stayed in, we watched that. My husband actually decided to fall asleep on the couch and he just said, wake me up at midnight. So like 2 minutes before midnight, I woke him up. We said, Happy New Year, kissed, and then went to bed. So nothing exciting, just a easy night at home. Wait till you see this glitter, which is 152. I mean, I love all the West Coast Dips pudding gels, but the glitters especially apply like a dream. I want to buy all the glitter pudding gels because there's just something about them. They are the easiest to use and they are so, so beautiful. I mean, just look at it. Sorry, I had to pop in just to say that. Now I'll let you get back to watching me. I decided to do a little simple nail art on my gray nail, which is my ring finger, which for me consists of wavy lines. So I'm going to use the other end of my gel brush, which is the little liner brush, and I'm just going to use the pudding gels for this. So I'll say another advantage of the pudding gels is because they are thicker, they're really easy to use for nail art because they are going to stay put wherever you apply them. I decided to pull out my gel liners because I felt like I needed a lighter color in the design and I didn't really have any lighter colored pudding gels. So I'm going to use this white that I have right here. And by the way, sneak peek of something coming soon to Chaos Concepts. I've been bugging Jen, the owner of Chaos Concepts, for a while now to create this, so I'm super excited. It's finally here, and I can't wait till you all can get your hands on it. You are gonna love it. Now that all the colors in my design are all done, I'm going to finish everything off with my Ultra Shine Gel Top Coat and cure that for a full 60 seconds. Now that I'm all done, I'm going to finish off by rehydrating my cuticles using my Skills of a Mermaid Cuticle Balm in the scent Let's Get Baked. And this is a fresh baked cookie scent, which smells so good. My cuticles are looking especially crusty because it has been colder. It's warmed up now, but it was colder. So I need that extra hydration of the balms, and I really love it because it doesn't leave me with a greasy feeling at all. It just absorbs super quickly and makes my cuticles look nice and healthy. And here is the finished look. What do you think? I am obsessed with these purples and of course these pudding gels. If you haven't tried pudding gels yet, seriously, run and go pick some up because they are so easy to use. They're beginner friendly and by far the easiest manicure I have ever done on myself. And it was super quick. I just love how they look and just how easily they apply. So if you haven't tried them, go try them. I really think you'll love them. And if you have tried them, I'm curious of what you think of them and what brands you have tried. I know some aren't as easy to work with as others. Some can be streaky, and priming your gel brush with a little bit of gel base can help. But these West Coast Dips ones were so easy to work with that I didn't really have to prime my gel brush just because they were super easy to work with. This definitely won't be the last time you'll be seeing pudding gels on my channel because I have a lot more to try because, like I said, they are my new obsession. So I hope this video was helpful and you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.